Right, well let's see if we can find a bass before the sun goes down tonight. I'm going to be chucking out the Samson surface lure, well subsurface lure, and it is the Samson bomb. Give you a little show of it there. 21 grams, cast like a missile. But yeah, I'm yet to catch on these yet. Got a couple of Samson lures I'm going to be using over the next month or so. So let's see if we can get a bass. We're bang on high tide. Sun's going to be setting in about 20 minutes time. So I've come out for about an hour and a half tonight, I reckon, just to give it a go. We'll see how it goes here. I might head somewhere else as it's getting a little bit dark. But yeah, we'll see. Well, there does seem to be a few bass being caught now. Seems to be quite a few little ones about. But as it's stood lately, I'll be happy to catch anything. I've not done too much bass fishing. Been out bait fishing a few times, and it's just been so slow. As far as the lure fishing for bass goes, been out a few times, but it's more so just been for like half an hour quickly. Not exactly at the right time of the tide or day that I'd like to be out. Even tonight was on a bit of a whim, really. It's got a busy couple of weeks coming up, so I'm not going to be able to get out much. Oh, is that a fish? We're on. Hello. That was a bit of an odd take, that. Thought I hit a bit of weed at first, but it is a little fish. It's only small, and it's not fighting at all. Could even be foul hooked. I'm assuming it's a bass. Not even seen it. I think it is a bass. See a silvery shimmer under the water there. I'm pretty sure this is foul hooked because it's not fought really at all until now. It's a really small bass, but oh no, it's not foul hooked. Let's get him up. God, he's only a piddler. Really tiny bass, but look at that. Now, it's no Grant Woodgate on the Samson lure, but there we go. That is the first on the Samson lure, and that little bass, which is no bigger than a foot long, has engulfed it. Well, here we go. It's beaten the it's beaten a blank. Got one little tiny bass there, just a little small juvenile. There's the lure, there's the fish. So as you can see, not much bigger than the lure itself. He's took the hook pretty deep, getting it out. I took the other hook to the finger there. But there we are, one little bass. Let's get him back in. Right, let's get this little bass back. Hopefully he goes back okay. Yeah, there we go. Back down to the bottom. Just wash that blood off my finger. Get back out there. Well, it's a fish. They all count. It was third cast. That took really far out. So, judging by the size of that fish, I'm going to assume that there's going to be quite a few of them swimming around this bay. Hopefully we can pick up something a bit bigger. Now, what I really like about these lures is, I'll just point the camera down a bit. When I'm just tapping the rod tip like that, and you're working the lure on the surface, if you let it sink just a little bit but do the exact same action, when you get it dancing on the surface of the water, you can get it doing it exactly the same thing about 6 inches below the surface, and they look really good in the water. You can obviously let it sink further down and give it the sort of jolts, erratic jolts. But yeah, lately I've just been sort of playing around with them, getting a feel of them, because they are very different to your normal surface lures. Being subsurface, they do sink quite fast. Always surprising as well how those little bass can take a lure which is nearly the same size as them. They're not afraid at all. I could have sworn it was foul hooked, but it was actually hooked. It was a little deep, but easy enough to get out. Didn't seem to have caused any damage, so happy about that. Right, so while it's still light and I can actually see what I'm doing, I'm gonna stick, this is the Samson tweak bait. Now this is a slow sink lure. I think it's about 21 grams. Just a bit of a smaller version. And again, casts really, really far. So I'm gonna give this one a go. Now when I've thrown this lure out before, just been doing pretty much same style as same style of retrieve as I've been doing with the other one. Haven't really had a proper opportunity to try them out properly yet. We haven't had much swell lately or any surf or anything like that. I'd quite like to take them out on sort of a choppy day with a bit of swell. Quite a bit of weed on the surface now, floating about. That light is fading pretty quickly, but whilst we've still got a bit of daylight, switch back to the bomb and blast that out over a section of reef. So as you can see, it's got pretty dark now. I had another 20 chucks with the surface lure, nothing happening, which I'm actually surprised about. Catching a bass that small, you would have thought there's quite a few of them in the shallows of the bay, but no other activity. So I'm going to try one more different mark now around the other side of the bay. I've clipped on Savage Gear gravity stick. I'll be working this fairly slowly over shallower ground. We'll see if we can find another fish. Right, so I've had to cut this one a bit short. Just got a phone call and I need to leave. So just a one small bass, minute little bass tonight, but it's better than a blank. But yeah, I'm going to be out over the next few days hopefully, or over the coming week after work, and yeah, be on the hunt for some bass. So yeah, I'll see you then. Right, I've come out this evening to do a bit of lure fishing. It's a really windy night. Got about 25 mile an hour wind this evening. But I'm going to hopefully find a couple of spots where I can get a few casts away. Maybe come across a bass. I'm going to be starting off the Samson bomb. And yeah, we'll just see how we get on. I think my brother might be coming down as well. So yeah, if he is coming, he should be here in the next half an hour. Hopefully there's some fish about. got a flooding tide. Probably got an hour and a half of daylight left. So let's see. Oh, I thought that was weed. There we go.
Really small.
Yeah, this is I had a tiny one here the other night.
Really rusty hook as well.
Yeah? Oh, that's tiny. It's one greedy looking bass. Surprising how they take the lure, eh?
So it's almost the size of him.
There we are, one little bass.
Really old Savage Gear panic prey with really rusty hooks.
Still getting eaten.
I'm pro like that.